Good early morning, everybody. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. It's actually 4:07 a.m. here in Eastern Kentucky, July 9, 2023. I should really be asleep, but I actually took what I consider to be a quick nap, and of course the radio frequencies that are generated through my very loud tinnitus put me to sleep for several hours while lying on bed taking a nap. But I received an email in between, and I would like to read it to you because it is the words of wisdom from my deceased friend, Helena Chorba. Helena Chorba was a retired civil engineer who lived in Pennsylvania. She was being tormented by the Edna Police Department. Evidently, some married copper was hitting on her, and she didn't have an interest. So he decided he was going to place her in a slow kill program. This is what happens when you've got little egos and little weenies out there attempting to protect people. Yeah, their egos get crushed. But anyway, here we go, folks. So the email I received is, remember this email from Helena? Remember this information regarding the Wallabot from Helena? Wallabot Developer Pack. It senses the environment by transmitting, receiving, and recording signals from multiple antennas. The broadband recordings from multiple transmit receivers are analyzed to reconstruct a three-dimensional image of the environment. This opens the possibility to develop apps for Wallabot in many fields, including 3D imaging through solid subjects, target tracking, breath detection, and many more. When purchasing Wallabot Developer Pack, you will get access to various applications code for different use cases on Wallabot GT Hub repository. Some of the capabilities are as follows: in-room and in-wall imaging, object detection, change detection, speed and range measurements, motion sensing, breath detection, sensing of dielectric properties of materials, people tracking, and fall detection. So like if you were to fall, they're going to detect you. Now this technology sounds like it could be great if you've got like an elderly parent and they fall, or even a child with autism who falls, to be able to detect when things are happening. But this technology is being used nefariously. So Helena writes back in response to someone, have you found the surveillance antenna system set up on your property? I'll read that again. Have you found the surveillance antenna system set up on your property? Helena writes, mine is in the photos attached. It is alarming and very suspect to me that you all reply to crap about voices carrying on spoons stirring in your food instead of getting teams together and figuring out who is doing this to you. Oh my God. I sent out the FBI whistleblower interview last week, and I only got one reply. He laid out how agents are paid. Agents are paid to create files. How informants were paid. If ever a time to begin laying out the system on your property and contacting your sheriff, dirty or not, writing to your local congressman, Jim Jordan, etc., it is now. Someone was paid to create a file on you. It's illegal. Confidential informants, also known as gang stalkers, are paid to provoke you and create incident reports, false statements on your money to further your endless surveillance watch listing. That's illegal. Your community receives money for every quote-unquote domestic terrorist watch-listed person in their county. You are a cash cow. They have set up an illegal surveillance system on your property. It's illegal. I know this, folks. I have a forensic report that says there's an 8-point kill grid system on my property that I own, that I paid for, that I live on. And I will attest to the fact that my criminal, sorry-ass neighbors that are on the Neighborhood Wars, April 11, 2023, along with my other criminal informant neighbor down the block, approached a worker that I hired from Noble Land Works last year and had him destroy property and clear down trees that I didn't authorize in back of my property that borders my neighbors so that they can gain easy access to my property. That's right, folks. And yeah, I've already been in contact with his lawyer, who is non-responsive. You ever hear of a lawyer who's non-responsive? That's got to tell you something. They have set up an illegal surveillance system on your property. It's illegal. They are watching and listening to everything you do and say. Illegal. Good. You little weenies. I'm speaking out loud in the privacy of my own home. No one has permission to record, videotape, surveil, eavesdrop, through-the-wall radar, remote neural monitor, or pinhole cameras, or place illegal surveillance on my property. I do not consent. You do not have permission. It is illegal. I am not going to be your cash cow. In fact, when I file my lawsuit, you guys are going to be my cash cow. How about them apples? They are watching and listening to everything you say and do. There are people on these distribution lists who are paid to provoke and further your placement on the watch list. It's illegal. You are being human trafficked. It's illegal. That is the program. It's illegal. If you're not finding the system on your property, finding the people connected to that system, contacting your local government, etc., everyone should be second-guessing who you are. Yep. Look what radio waves can do through one thick wall. It picks up my breath rate by measuring my rib cage moving while I'm sleeping and my heart beat at my wrist while I'm sleeping, says Helena Chorba. And it can't be detected or shielded. Of course, everyone knows by now that radar can locate a target, lock onto a target, and track a target. The definition of the acronym radar is radio detection and radio direction and ranging. No chips needed to locate a target. Once a target is located, the radio wave power can be increased and beam focused to pinpoint accuracy that can stimulate nerve endings. It feels like you're being electrocuted. Rapid firing of a synapse to burn a body part, to vibrate a discrete body part, including down to the accuracy of vibrating a single tooth. It hurts. It's torture. The mechanical vibration of radio waves and radio wave shock waves and pressure waves cause concussions and sub-concussions and bodily trauma. The FCC calls these radar devices that use radio waves as radio locators and intentional radiators. They are also known as TTWS, which is through the wall surveillance. Through the wall surveillance, also known as STTW, sense through the wall, also known as TWS, through wall sensors. There's one case that I know of that has gone as far as the 10th Circuit Appellate Court where a home was searched using radar radio waves. It's a Denison. Denison is the case. In Sneaking Past Kylo, USA Today commented that the warrantless search using radar radio waves was allowed in the Denison case, whereas evidence gathered in Kylo versus U.S. using FLIR, forward-looking infrared heat sensing device, is measuring the heat escaping from a home, was allowed. The majority opinion was written by Justice Scalia, Supreme Court. If you click through all the links in the USA Today article, you will find Marshall Moffat's testimony transcribed. This was a Supreme Court case in May of 2015. It was denied. They denied the petition for review of the Denison case, DENSON case, James Denson versus the United States. It was number 33, Supreme Court of the United States, June 15, 2009. The petition for writ of certiorari was denied. The U.S. Department of Justice waived any response to the petition. Can you see into other people's homes and pick up their breath rate, heartbeat, speech through the walls for only $599? Yes, you can. If you soup up the power on this device because it is a computer and programmable, you will have a low-frequency, high-powered microwave device that hurts, burns, while it tracks motions behind walls using its pulsed micro Doppler radar and the Doppler signature of the human it is tracking. She says, and this was Helena, she says, I'm tired of people getting locked up because they innocently use the wrong words to describe or try to explain and report what is being done to them. That's why I wrote this. Someone recently said, yeah, but when they are using other weapons, Helena says, no, there are no other weapons. It's radio wave technology in the microwave range. There is a millimeter wave radio frequency technology that has different capabilities, different range, different penetration, different atmospheric attenuation issues. These assaults are being caused using radio waves in the millimeter wave range in the EMF spectrum. Think of it as this. There are all kinds of vehicles, from a golf cart to a Volkswagen Rabbit to a Lamborghini to an 18-wheeler, and each of them have different capabilities, but they are all vehicles. Or think of it this way. There are different types of photocopiers that are out there. There are the desktop models where you pick up the lid, place the paper on, and close the lid and press the button. Pick up the lid, take out your paper, and place the next paper on the glass. Close the lid and press the copy button. Then there is the Kinko copier model that copies, collates, sorts, and binds. But they all use the same copying technology. So we don't know what the capables are of the pulsed, vibrating, MW, radio frequency, radio locator, intentional radiator through the wall radar devices being used on each of us. But each of the devices uses the same radio technology. Some are souped up models, some are pedestrian, bare bone models. What is being used on all of us is a radio wave technology. That's why they've been pretty smug that we would never figure it out. Who would have thought that radio frequency could hurt us? But this sure ain't your grandpa's AM/FM radio. Now there is another matter of detecting these radio frequencies. The pulse UWB, ultra-wideband, also known as baseband, or carrier-free or impulse radio band beam, is inherently difficult to measure. It is extremely difficult to intercept, has great immunity to interference or jamming, but has an inherent high precision characteristic. Helena. So, folks, these are the words of wisdom from Helena Chorba, a retired civil engineer. And this was her research, and this was her life work. And there's more. But I'm going to sign off and get a few hours of sleep because my roosters will start crowing pretty soon. So this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Please hit the thumbs up and please share if you feel inclined to do so. It really helps the channel grow and gets the message out there. And thank you all for your questions and comments. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all my subscribers.